So students, this is class 12, subject chemistry, and the unit first, solid state. The first topic of this unit is solid. What are solids? As you have studied in class 11, that a matter can commonly exist in three states: solid, liquid and gas. Although fourth stage is also there, that is called plasma, but three common stages are there, these are solid, liquid and gas. So solid, the state of matter which has a definite size and shape. Definite size and shape is called solid. So characteristics of solid. Characteristics of solid. Number one, definite shape and size. Number two, solids exhibit stronger interparticle force. Number three, these particles are very close to each other and there is very low or no space between the particles. Very low or no space between the particles. Because of these properties, solids are rigid, and also because of these properties, solid is incompressible. Means that cannot be compressed. Their density is high. 7. They are hard. Solids are hard. Again a question is there, why solids are hard? So solids are hard because due to stronger intermolecular force of attraction, their constituent particles are very close to each other and no space or very low space between them. That's why, and the particles are not in the condition to move. That's why solids are hard. And because of these reasons also, solids has definite volume. So these are the characteristics of solids. Now we will study the types of solid. Solids are of two types: crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Crystalline and non-crystalline are amorphous. So, definition. Those solids, those solids in which structural units are arranged in a definite manner are called crystalline solids. Structural units are arranged in a definite manner are called crystalline solids. What are amorphous solids? Those solids in which structural units are not arranged in a definite manner. No arrangement is there. Number two, they acquire definite geometry because of this reason. Definite geometry. Here, irregular geometry. Third, when cut through a sharp edged tool, smooth surface are obtained. No smooth surface is obtained when cut through a sharp edged tool. Fourth, order. Order of arrangement. Crystalline solids has long range order, whereas non-crystalline or amorphous solids has short range order. What this means? Long range order. It means entire the crystal has a fixed definite geometry, a fixed arrangement or arrangement of structural units is uniform throughout. This is called long range order. But in case of amorphous solids, if you take a small portion at different places, the units, structural units are arranged in a same way in that small portion, but their arrangement differ from other small portion. So the structure is not uniform throughout. That's why it is called short range order. The fifth is crystalline solids are anisotropic. Very important point. Whereas amorphous solids are isotropic. Or we can say crystalline solids are said to have anisotropy and amorphous solids are said to have isotropy. Now what this isotropy means? When the extent or value of a definite physical property of a solid when the value of a definite physical property like refractive index or electrical conductivity of a solid is found to be the same in extent from any direction, then this is called isotropy. For example, you have seen in class 10th, you take the rectangle shape of a glass. If you observe the refractive index of that glass from this direction, that refractive index will also be found from this direction or from this direction. This tendency is said to be isotropy, and such a solid is said to be isotropic. So amorphous solids are isotropic, but crystalline solids are not isotropic, means anisotropic. Means if you observe any physical property from different direction of a crystalline solid, you will observe different value for the same physical property. This nature is called anisotropy. Now, 6 is crystalline solids are also called true solid. These are called pseudo-solid or super-cooled liquid. Super-cooled liquid. Now another question is there. Why the example is glass? Here example is NaCl, quartz. Glass is also a type of quartz, but this is different. If structural units are not arranged in a definite manner, then it is amorphous, and that is commonly known as glass. Now the question is, why glass is called super-cooled liquid? So the answer is, some amorphous solids are also called, or many amorphous solids are called super-cooled liquid because amorphous solid has the tendency to flow like liquid, although very slowly. That's why these are also called super-cooled liquid, and this occurs in the effect of temperature. This is also supported by the fact that the glass in a window of very old house becomes thicker at its lower part than top or upper part. This thickness at lower part arises due to flow of this amorphous solid downward in the effect of temperature. Therefore, amorphous solids are also called super-cooled liquids. So this topic ends now.